Hello to everyone, to all my viewers, and another exciting episode, Match Point. I am Dr. Adnan, your host, and today you can see at the back, I'm not in the studios. My team and the Match Point team is on the nets. But on the which nets? We will introduce you soon. So fingers crossed, but first of all, the update, the cricket update, the major update about the two tours, Australia versus Pakistan, Pakistan tour of Australia, and then the England tour of India. Both sides some dramatic results. India finally losing the winning streak and lost to the England. And on the other side, Pakistan, not a different story. A sorry figure for the Pakistan fans and a very bad day for the Pakistan fans again because Pakistan lost the series against Australia, and this was the fifth successive loss against Australia. And surprisingly, we are every time we are saying and we are telling in our program and our show that all the Asian teams are struggling throughout Australia and Aussies are giving them not the comfortable time and the tough time during the decades. But to your surprise, I want to tell you, five series defeats on the hands of Aussies. Pakistan team has three losses against Aussies on Abu Dhabi, on the Asian soil. So this was a surprise for me as well as it should be a surprise for you. But anyhow, final results now. The last match to go on the Adelaide Oval. Now the fourth match. Winning at SCG Sydney Cricket Ground. Australia finally winning the series, 5-match series, and Pakistan are now 3-1 in this series. And a very important thing which I told you before in the last episode, if Pakistan have to qualify for the next upcoming World Cup and don't want to go to the qualifying rounds, they must beat Australia in the last game in the Adelaide Oval. Otherwise, Pakistan or the West Indies, they will have to go through the qualifying game. And Pakistan, if wins the last game at Adelaide Oval, which is also a bad hunting ground for Pakistan as a record point of view, Pakistan is having only 4 wins at the Adelaide out of 12 matches, including the recent loss versus the arch rival India in the World Cup played in 2015. So Pakistan will be 5 points ahead of West Indies if Pakistan wins the last game. But if Pakistan doesn't win the last game, it will all depends upon Pakistan versus West Indies series, and the winner will go to the World Cup direct on the 8th spot, and the 9th team will have to beat Scotland, Ireland, and lot of these minnows of the cricket. And I don't know what will be the fate of the Pakistan or West Indies. But discussing shortly about the last match, we will discuss in the detail, but telling you shortly the main reason for the Pakistan loss was the David Warner slaughterhouse opening batting at the 140, the wonderful batting by the David Warner, and then that terrible batting and the terrible fielding by the Pakistan team, some terrible fielding with a 5 dropped catches. When you give the chance to the Australian team, the likes of the Australian team who are thorough professionals, then you can easily imagine what could have been the result of that game. And the last thing which I want to tell you about the game, that was something more terrible for the Pakistan cricket, that the number 5 when Shoaib Malik and Umar Akmal were playing, there were 84 balls played and only 2 boundaries. In today's cricket, this is absolutely criminal. So anyhow, our fingers crossed for the last match. We will discuss in the detail later on in the studios, but right now I am on the nets. So nets, you can see the nets and you can see some young boys bowling and batting. So we will give the detail what's going on today and what's going on tomorrow, and we are heading towards which tournament. There is some tournament related to the North American side and the US side and the Canadian side. We will tell you about that tournament. But first of all, we will tell you about something about the Pakistan Super League. Pakistan Super League, the first edition was played last year in the 2016, and now the second season is about to play before 1 month. I think in the coming 2 weeks, the second season will start from the 9th next month in the February in Dubai. Lot of franchises have been involved in the Pakistan Super League, but one of the major franchise along with the Quetta Gladiators and Islamabad United, another big franchise which is Peshawar Zalmi. Peshawar Zalmi, which is a team of Shahid Afridi, which is a team of Darren Sammy, who has been known as a Darren Sammy Khan now. by this franchise. I just want to tell you about shortly about this franchise, that this franchise was sold last year by the PCB to the CEO of the hire, Javed Afridi, who took this team in 160 million US dollars. This team was sold out. So this is one of the biggest franchise, and this belongs to the northwest frontier province, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa from Pakistan, having lot of players like Wahab Riaz, Shahid Afridi, Darren Semi, Kamran Akmal, and a lot of other names which are not coming to my mind right now. So they were having an excellent run in the last Pakistan Super League season 1, where they won 6 games out of 8. After losing the first one, they have a tremendous run, but unfortunately in the last 2 matches, where there was a qualifying match for the final, they lost by 1 run to the Quetta Gladiators, and later on losing to Wasim Akram's Islamabad United, and then virtually out of the tournament, making the grand finale of the Quetta Gladiators and Islamabad United, and ultimately Islamabad United winning the game. But now, with perspective of Peshawar Zalmi, there is a one more addition in the Peshawar Zalmi, which is the Global Zalmi World Cup. Might be most of the viewers will not be knowing what's that. So I'm here to tell you about, and the match point by Dr. Adnan, that what is Global Zalmi World Cup. Global Zalmi World Cup was announced by the CEO Javed Afridi, and later on Shahid Afridi, who is currently now the president of Peshawar Zalmi, after Darren Semi has taken over the captaincy from Shahid Afridi. So Shahid announced on 9th of November, before 9th of November, in the early days of November, that there will be a talent hunt program all around the world under the bannership of Global Zalmi World Cup. Each year it will be we will be doing this World Cup, and this will be the very first edition in the 2017, and would have been the organizers would have been seeing that what is its success rate, and I hope they will be continuing that. So in this perspective, from all around the world, the youngsters were collected, different academies were informed, and they were told that they would have been given a chance to play the international interleagues, inter-championship matches, and then they could have been qualifying for this Global Zalmi World Cup. So after the announcement by Javed Afridi and Shahid Afridi, about 20 teams around the globe were there to figure out who will be the final 10 who will be going to the Global Zalmi World Cup. So final 10 have been decided, and those final are the USA Zalmi, Canada Zalmi, Melbourne Zalmi, which is from Australia, London Zalmi, which is from UK, Bahrain Zalmi, and then of course none other than Dubai Zalmi. So these all Zalmi franchises will, under the one bigger franchise, Peshawar Zalmi, they will strike with each other, and the winner will be decided. So we are at Hello to everyone, to all my viewers, and another exciting episode, Match Point. I am Dr. Adnan, your host, and today you can